like I've been washed over with the goodness of nature.
Tonight at 9, a cherry blossom craze. Crowds gathering in D.C. Traffic backups building up big time. Plus, where you can find some beautiful blooming trees in Maryland. Another close call, a Delta Airlines flight and an Air Force jet too close for comfort at Reagan National. How the pilots prevented a potential collision 2 months after the fatal crash over the Potomac. Trump's D.C. crackdown, the president ordering an effort to clean up the city and fight crime. Local residents and leaders speaking out.
And it was a very warm afternoon today. What can we expect for overnight lows when you wake up on your Sunday? We'll talk about that, your brunch forecast, and your 7-day all coming up.
Grocery price check. We're stretching your dollar as costs continue to burden your wallet. The consumer advice to save.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. What a beautiful day it was all across the DMV. Go right to meteorologist Scott Sumner looking at the forecast. Scott, one for the books. Not a record-breaking day, but it kind of felt like it.
Yeah, it was in the mid-80s today, and my goodness, that's like June weather. Having said that, you're right. We didn't break a record. Surprise, surprise, right? 92 is the record for today. 71 right now. We have overcast skies outside our weather window. And what's the roller coaster ride of temperature going to be? Look at this. We're going to drop down to about the lower to middle 60s here overnight tonight and then start to turn the page quickly. And once again, we're going to be up around 80 degrees for tomorrow afternoon. Now, there'll be, I think, more clouds than sunshine tomorrow. Also, we'll have an opportunity to see a few more rain showers. Speaking of rain showers, we do have those off to the west and to the north and even to the south of the area. Some of these dribs and drabs of shower activity will start to work its way into the region as we go into tomorrow afternoon. We'll show you more with that with our future tracker. And of course, we have weather headlines here. So a dry and mild night ahead, a few more showers for Sunday. And then we're going to watch for some strong storms on Monday. I've upgraded now on the 7-day for Monday to be a DMV weather warn a day for a potential of some very gusty winds out there and a few severe storms. Then we'll have cool and breezy conditions as we settle into your Tuesday. All right, so of course we got a lot to cover, and we will show that to you with the full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Ben?
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Scott. There's some breaking news in Arlington, Virginia. Multiple fights inside of the Pentagon City Mall prompted police to shut it down and evacuate people inside. Take a look. Arlington police flooded the mall's food court. Multiple people seen being escorted away by officers and security staff. Police are asking you to avoid the area as they get the mall cleared out. We've just been told 3 juveniles have reportedly been detained, one suffering minor injuries, plus an officer and a mall security guard separately were also hurt. They're also expected to be okay. Developing right now, 2 men were killed, another hurt in a triple shooting in Prince George's County. This happened around 10 last night on Silver Hill Road in Suitland. One man was found inside a car, later died at the hospital. A second man was found dead at a nearby business. A third man who was shot is recovering from non-life-threatening injuries. Police are searching for suspects at this hour. Also, New Montgomery County police are investigating a double shooting in Bethesda. We're told police were called to West Bard Avenue just after midnight. This is near Westland Middle School. Police found 2 people with minor injuries, one sent to the hospital. No word on any suspects. And developing right now, President Trump is urging the United States House of Representatives to pass a funding fix for the D.C. budget. The Senate just passed legislation 2 weeks ago, allowing D.C. to continue to operate under its 2025 budget. All of this after Congress' first spending bill. It reverted D.C. back to an old budget that would result in a $1 billion deficit. The bill now in the hands of the House, which has been back in session for a week. And that request, it comes just hours after the president signed a new executive order targeting D.C. The president is creating a new federal task force to make the city, quote, safe and beautiful. Our Mariel Carbone has a reaction from D.C. residents.
We have been expecting this executive order for a while now, but to some it still feels like a slap in the face. Earlier this week, interim U.S. Attorney for D.C., who was appointed by the president, really pledged his commitment to working with the community. But this new task force is really void of any community input.
We talking about the autonomy of our city right now.
For D.C. advocate Ron Moten, the latest executive order signed by President Trump is a direct assault on the community and home rule.
Oh, there's an attack on us.
In part, the order creates the D.C. Safe and Beautiful Task Force, charged with making D.C. beautiful and prosperous by preventing crime, punishing criminals, and preserving order, among other things. It's made up of members from 9 federal agencies. No local elected officials are included.
When I look at the executive order and I look at all the partners, it reminds me back when it was a war on people, black people. It was supposed to be a war on drugs, and it destroyed our community.
The task force will focus on the prompt removal and cleanup of all homeless camps and graffiti on federal land, maximum enforcement of federal immigration law, and deploying a more robust law enforcement presence.
The encouragement of additional enforcement and more use of force is especially concerning.
Patrice Sultan with the D.C. Justice Lab says the order reframes old tough-on-crime policies and doesn't address any root causes of crime.
To do that takes a lot of work, but it also takes a lot of knowledge about our city. It's its own organism. It has its own identity and culture.
She and others asking those on Capitol Hill to consider the implications of what they're doing.
Don't let an ink pen become a weapon.
And Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton really coming out with a heated response to all of this. She says the new executive order and task force is insulting to the more than 700,000 people who live in D.C. Reporting on Capitol Hill, I'm Marielle Carbone, D.C. News Now.
Our thanks to Marielle, taking a live look at the Washington Monument right now. Not far from there, Reagan National. That's where we're learning about another close call in the skies. Happened yesterday after a Delta Airlines flight was taking off. Officials say the airliner and an Air Force jet were told to move away from each other. Officials say the Delta flight was cleared for takeoff, and at the same time, 4 Air Force jets like those right there were headed toward Arlington National Cemetery for a flyover. The Delta flight got a cockpit alert for an aircraft nearby. That's when the tower gave corrective instructions to both cockpits. We've learned the Delta pilot asked if a plane was about 500 feet below during the time of takeoff. Nobody was hurt. The FAA is investigating, and of course, this comes 2 months after 67 people were killed in the mid-air collision between that American Airlines flight and Army helicopter near DCA. Well, Arlington fire crews worked very hard to put out a fire inside of a parking garage tonight in Crystal City. You can see that smoke coming out from the ground level there. Crews working to get it ventilated. This was on Crystal Drive near 12th Street. Crews say a car was on fire. It's now out. Nobody was hurt, we're told. Officials are working to figure out exactly how it started. Time is 9:08. Somebody in D.C. hit big in the Powerball. D.C. Lottery says that a $1 million ticket was sold at Tenley Market on Wisconsin Avenue in Northwest. It is not the first time that market sold a winning ticket. Somebody else won $1 million in 2014 and $25K in 2016. Well, the cherry blossoms are indeed the talk of the town. Peak bloom, drawing thousands of people out. For first-time visitors, artists, longtime residents, a swarm of folks gathered around the tidal basin and the Jefferson Memorial for one of the city's prime annual events. The weather, a key player, drawing people outdoors. The crowd see his reaction from those who attended the festival for the very first time.
Saturday seemed like a nightmare just getting to the National Cherry Blossom Festival, from the large crowds to the traffic to a lack of parking. But for those who made it to the tidal basin told us, it's worth it.
It feels like I'm being washed over with the goodness of nature.
It's safe to say the cherry blossoms made quite an impression on Cherokee Nessie of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, her first time to see them.
I love seeing not just the trees, but seeing everyone coming and taking pictures, young and old.
Nessie's not the only first-timer who made the trip to the nation's capital to see the cherry blossoms. The Ulrich Grimmer family traveled from outside Los Angeles to take part in the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
Spring break family trip, and just to see the beautiful cherry blossoms my wife wanted to see.
Crowds packed the tidal basin to see the cherry blossoms that reached peak bloom Friday. They did not disappoint.
I love all the colors, and it's a fun city.
Only one complaint from the majority of people who turned out for the first weekend of peak bloom: the traffic. both in the road and on the sidewalks.
It's really busy, but it's not too unexpected.
The crowd did not scare off this bunch of college students from Baltimore from attending their first festival.
We're freshmen in college, so I've never been to DC to see the cherry blossom, so we thought it would be a good break from school.
The National Cherry Blossom Festival takes place every day through April 13th. All the events are free. At the Tidal Basin, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Grab those allergy pills too if you need them. All right, Peak Bloom, the Nationals' first home series to kick off the season, the Wizards at Capital One, and a DC United match. Well, that's a recipe for a busy weekend for Metro. Well, Mata says earlier this evening, 558,000 people took Metro today. It's fifth highest ridership number on a Saturday. If you are heading into the district to see the cherry blossoms, the Smithsonian Station is your best bet to the Tidal Basin. It's the closest. More than 111,000 riders stopping there today. But the less crowded Metro stops, not far, include L'Enfant Plaza, National Archives, or Federal Triangle. About a 20-minute walk to the Tidal Basin. And don't forget, there's a special edition Cherry Blossom Metro card that's available. Get your hands on one at Metro Center, Navy Yard, L'Enfant Plaza, and Smithsonian stations. But there's a catch. Only 20,000 of these limited edition cards exist.